That phone needs to go off. No recording in the building. Off and out. Tim, Juan, Jojo.
Can I get your name?
Outside the building.
Can I get your name?
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Are you the supervisor?
So you want to go to jail?
Do I want to go to jail
Yeah.
for recording in a public building?
I'm calling the police. He won't stop recording.
Okay. Maybe the police can explain it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, good.
Can you explain to me why that is?
It's a law.
Hi, it's 1470 Lee Street. I am calling from the disability facility. I have a gentleman who won't stop recording me, and I'm the manager.
Wow. You know what I'm saying, sir? When you put up a sign, it has to be backed. It has to be backed by law.
This is a state building.
It has to be backed by law. I'll wait. I'll wait here.
No,
I'll wait
outside the
here.
facility.
I'll wait here.
No, gotta go outside.
What is the law behind that? What's the law?
Secretary's law. Come
What's
outside.
the law? The Secretary of State doesn't make laws.
Yes.
He doesn't make laws. No,
You wanna go outside or not?
he doesn't make laws.
You wanna go outside?
I'm here in the lobby
Go to jail.
at a public place.
When the police come, let
Call the
them know.
police, get them arrested.
What is your name?
Go outside.
Jojo.
Let's go outside, boss.
What's your name? Reese.
Yeah.
Thank you. I understand you're just doing your job. I understand that.
Right.
But what I'm here to show is that the public members of the public have the right to record in public.
No, they don't.
And
Why
if
do you think we have this?
yeah, but this
Secretary
is
of State.
but this is just the Secretary of State saying we can't record. He doesn't have that authority. Okay, there has to be a law. There has to be a statute behind the sign.
You can argue with the police about
He
this.
just He just can put up a sign that says you can't record. This is a public place. Yeah. That's why we do this. To change these kinds of arbitrary.
But that means they're worth going to jail for.
No, I'm gonna speak with the police. You know, it's if you don't commit a crime, you know, you have nothing to worry about, right? It's not a crime to be in here and record. So, sir, did you say it was illegal to record in here?
Outside, sir.
Did you say it was illegal to record in here?
Yes.
Why is that? Can you explain that? No, I just need you to explain why it's illegal to record in public.
This is the government building.
Okay, yes, I do understand, which makes it public, right? That makes it a public building. And members of the public, especially if you're trying to gather content for a story or you're documenting matters of public interest, you should be able to be in here and do what you need to do. Good afternoon.
Hey, how we doing?
Good. What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Conway, stuff.
Nice to meet you. And are you the only one here?
I am.
Okay. So I'm not sure why they called you.
Okay. Well, the sign says no photography or any type of law.
Yes, I do understand that, but this is just a sign. So this sign has to be backed by a statute. It has to be backed by law.
Okay.
Because members of the public have the right to live in public buildings and record. It's been established in court.
You're talking about your First Amendment, I understand.
Yes, exactly. It's my First Amendment to do what I'm doing. So, for whatever reason you think because the Secretary of State put up a sign here, that bars the members of the public from recording. But he doesn't have the authority to do that. Yeah. So, if you can explain to them that I have the right to be in here and record. I mean, I'm not.
Do you want him trespass from the building? Do you want him trespass from the building?
Yes. Trespass him, and he's not allowed to be inside the
They are allowed
building.
to trespass you from the building.
From a public building?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that they can't do that unless I commit a crime? You can trespass
Okay.
members of the public from a public
I understand
space
what you're trying to
unless
teach
they've
me.
broken
However,
the law. I'm not trying to teach you anything.
You're saying that you're causing a disturbance.
What disturbance am I causing? Just simply being in here recording is not causing a disturbance.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Taking personal information out of people.
Okay, I'll show you something really quickly that might help you.
We're gonna go this way, sir.
This is why we do what we do to change things like this.
Okay, so
All right.
you're interrupting the flow of regular.
I wasn't. I'm not interrupting anything.
Sorry.
All right. I'm not in anybody's way. I'm not preventing anybody from carrying out their business here
Do
today.
you have?
You need to take me off of that film. You hear me?
I see the disturbance you're creating.
Sir, him reacting to me is not me creating a disturbance. That's him creating a disturbance. Him reacting to me, I never engaged him. So he reacted to me. That
This is a
doesn't.
flow of business. You're now.
Okay, I'm not in the way.
Okay, can you take him outside?
Please.
Okay, he'll be violating my rights, and that'll be a lawsuit.
Guys,
All right.
let's do it. Do me a favor. Everybody that's not here, go in that door.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. Right?
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'll come talk to you. This gentleman wants an audience. We don't want to provide that for him, so please go into that door and let my partner come talk.
Okay. Do you want me to read this to you? It doesn't matter.
You too, sir.
Okay. Well, I would hope you would uphold my right here today to do what I'm doing.
Am I not doing that at all right now?
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But I want them to know that I'm able to do it. If you can explain to them that I'm able to be here and record.
Is there another unit coming here?
I just want to document matters of public interest. That's why I'm here.
I gave you my name and badge number. I'm guessing you can refuse giving me your name now?
Not right now. Depending on how it goes. Wait, depending on how it goes, I might introduce myself to you at the end of the day. So don't prejudge me yet. Don't prejudge me. When we finish, depending on how it
See,
goes.
it's strange how you can demand something from me, but when I ask you politely for something,
No, I'm not demanding.
you said name and badge number as soon as I open the door.
Yes, but that's your.
Because what?
Because you're required to do that.
Because
You're a public employee, right?
Exactly.
You're required to identify yourself to the members of the public.
It's a First Amendment activist. Okay.
I
want him
would
out of the building.
I would-
take away his audience.
I wouldn't describe.
Transfer everything in badge number 4. They want trespassing, public building.
May I have your name and your badge number, sir? No?
What's going on, sir?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
May I have your name and your badge number?
Yeah, George's 559.
Nice to meet you. What about you, sir? I appreciate it. Thank
How
you.
you doing?
I'm great. I'm just here to document matters of public interest, and they told me that I couldn't be here and record.
There were multiple people that were upset that he was recording them while they were doing transactions of the deed.
You know everything was having recorded, so I would advise you to make sure what you're saying is
The
accurate.
guy that just said, please don't record me when I'm doing the
Yeah, but he's in public. There's no expectation of privacy in public. He can ask me to stop recording him in public.
Sure, they
Right.
posted signage asking the photography
And I was explaining to him that there is a sign here, but this sign needs to be backed up by a statute. You can just put up a sign to tell me not to do what I have the right to do. I have a First Amendment right to be here and document my activity here today. So if you stop me from doing that, you're violating my First Amendment right. Right? So yes, there is a sign. Anybody can put up a sign here. I can put up a sign here that says no red shirts. Are you gonna abide by that? It's not backed up by law. Right?
Sure.
Every sign has to be backed up by law. It has to be a statute on it. You just can put up a sign. I don't care if the Secretary of State put it up himself. It's as good as the paper it's on. It has to be backed up by law. So this is just to prevent me from doing what I'm doing here right now. And this is part of why we do what we do, to break down these barriers,
Sure.
to give the public access to the government.
Here's the thing,
Right?
when you start arguing with people,
I am not.
then you start getting into territory where
Listen.
it's like, now it's disturbing peace
Listen,
kind of things.
I- okay.
Listen,
I'll let you speak.
yeah, I'm just saying, that is, I think, probably why we ended up here.
Okay.
So that's where we're at.
Okay, everything was recorded.
Yeah, that's,
I can
that's
play.
fine.
I can play it back for you later. I walked in here. I never disturbed anyone. The lady came out. The first thing she said was, "Turn that off and get out of here." Didn't even ask me why I was here and what I was doing. Right. So if there was any confrontation, it wasn't on my part. All I was doing was standing here and recording, and they told me that I couldn't do what I have the right to do. So
Are you
I
inside of here?
was standing right there. I was standing right here, just past the door. And then when he told me that he was calling the police, I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait for you guys. I don't want to disrupt business. I'm going to stand here peacefully and wait for you. I could have walked in there as I have the right to do, but I'm not here to disrupt business. So I stood here and waited for you guys.
Okay,
So, right.
who were you talking to inside?
It was the lady. I think she's she's one of the supervisors.
Was it this
Yeah, that lady there. Yeah. She was the one that told me to get out.
Right. Give us 1 second.
I appreciate it. Thanks. How do you say your name, Buyer?
I'm sorry?
How do you say your name, Buyer?
Fire. 434.
Thank you.
I didn't get there. So what is your,
My mission here?
yeah,
Well, like I was telling the other officer, part of what we do,
and who's we? Are you like an organization or just
just
fair-minded people? Same-minded people.
exactly same-minded people, right? Is to, for example, like I said, break barriers like this sign that's here on the wall, right? Because the only thing this does is prevent members of the public from holding government accountable. Because think about it, who else holds government accountable if not the people? Government doesn't hold itself accountable. We all know that, right?
Why are we choosing the Secretary of State?
Because-
you're either doing something wrong.
Because no,
Lawyers and stuff?
no, it's a government facility, right? So being here and exercising my right to record and see if they actually allow me, for lack of a better term, to do what I have the right to do. That shows transparency. That shows they have nothing to hide. That shows I'm welcome to come in here and and observe public employees in the course of their duties, right? That doesn't mean they're doing anything wrong.
Right.
But the fact that they want to prevent me from even doing what I have the right to do by observing them as they work tells me that, okay, what are you hiding?
Right.
Why don't you want me in here to observe public employees that the taxpayers pay to serve them?
Sure.
Right? So I don't know if that explains anything to you. Right. Yeah.
Got it.
So not just here, like any government building.
Yeah.
Your police department, I've been there before. Right.